guys, Will here with W.T.F car reviews, and today we're reviewing the 2025 Honda Passport Trailsport.
And a big thanks to Alex and the rest of the management and staff here at Ocean Honda in Port Richey, Florida for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to your inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car, SUV, or truck in the Port Richey, Tampa, Clearwater area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out. And as for Alex.
And for those of you guys who don't know, Honda brought back the Passport as their mid-size two-row SUV back in 2019. Facelifted back in 2022, bringing along this more rugged Trailsport trim with some more changes last year for 2024. Due for a full redesign next year for the 2026 model year, the 2025 Passport is available in 3 trims. All come standard with Honda's 3.5-liter V6 cranking out 280 horsepower, 262 pound-feet of torque, made it to a 9-speed automatic transmission, and sending the power to all 4 wheels, ranging from the $42,000 base EXL up to the $48,000 top-of-the-line Black Edition. Sitting in between the 2 trim levels is the Trailsport that you see here with the base price of $45,000. What else do we get for that money? Let's jump right in. So, in my opinion, the Trailsport is definitely the best looking and most capable trim level for the 2025 Passport. I just wish it was an optional group on all trims. So you can get an EXL with a Trailsport package, or you can even get the Black Edition with the Trailsport package, keeping the ventilated seats and also keeping the beefier all-terrain tires. But as of right now, the Trailsport is its own trim level. We still get the LED projector headlamps for the low beam, looks like a halogen for the high beam LED daytime running light, and a halogen turn signal right down below. But yet, front parking sensing for the Trailsport trim, orange Trailsport badging, part of the gunmetal gray grille area, the Honda badge housing our advanced safety features. The notches in the hood make it a little bit easier to direct this vehicle from the driver's seat, giving you a better idea of where your right wheel is, functional airflow in the corners, and the whole point of the Trailsport are these beefier General Grabber all-terrain tires. These are 18-inch rims, are gunmetal Y spokes, but the tires are all-terrains. Dimensions are 245/60 R18s. Aggressive tread blocks. Of course, the Trailsport doesn't give you like serious suspension upgrades. I believe there's a slight raised ride height, but the only serious off-road difference here compared to the other trims are these all-terrain tires. This red metallic paint color is also beautiful. I believe it's called Radiant Red. I'll leave a link right here to show you the exact name of it. Black contrasted mirror caps, LED turn signal on them, smart access for the driver and a front passenger, all black trim for the window trim and pillars with blacked out roof rails up top. Sunroof too. We get blind spot monitoring, not on the glass, but on the inside part of the mirror. Hopefully you guys can pick up the window sticker here on this 2025 Passport Trailsport all-wheel drive. Of course, with the glare in the sun, it's going to be just about impossible. It's the Radiant Red metallic paint color, $45,000 even for the base price. Radiant Red is $455. Destination's about $1,400, totaling us out a tick under $47,000. 21 combined MPGs, 19 in the city, 24 on the highway. That is good for an all-wheel drive, powerful 6-cylinder, heavy mid-size SUV. We get the same rear wheel and tire setup. The only difference is a smaller brake caliper. The gas cap is not push to open. I'll show you where the latch is inside. We get LED brake lights, but the turn signals and reverse lights are halogen, dual exhaust tips which flare out and look aggressive. Black badging for the Trailsport, black trim connecting the taillights, Honda badge, wiper not housed with the spoiler, Trailsport with the orange lettering right above the blacked out all-wheel drive. Full rear parking sensing. We mentioned the exhaust tips, and speaking of the exhaust tips, let's fire up this 3.5-liter naturally aspirated V6 and hear how she sounds. Alright guys, that was the sound of the 3.5-liter V6 sold by Honda for the 2025 Passport. And it sounds pretty good, cranking out 280 horsepower, 262 pound-feet of torque. Made it to a 9-speed automatic transmission and all-wheel drive. You can expect 0 to 60 in around 6 seconds. I believe Car and Driver tested it at 5.9. So to see this power plant get this about 4,600 pound SUV to 60 in the 5s, that is impressive, while getting over 20 combined miles per gallon. But what you see is basically what we get. We can shut this hood right down, no hydraulic struts, and it's getting a little bit hot here on this Port Richey, Florida day that's getting close to 100 degrees. But taking a step inside, let's get in the AC before I overheat myself. But before the AC, let's set the lights back to auto so the car's not yelling at me. We get soft touch materials up top, soft touch in the center, and gushy soft leather for the armrest. 2-window auto one touch, power windows out rear, 2-person memory seats, plastic door handle, trunk release. You get the gas cap release. You'll fit a 24-ounce water bottle. You'll be able to fit a foot long here, but not the tallest wall, so be careful not hit some super sharp corners. Down below, if you get a way taller wall, you'll be able to stack 2 foot longs on top of each other. You get Honda's upgraded 7-speaker audio system. It's not the same system you get in the Black Edition, that's the Bose, but compared to the regular audio system you get on Honda's lower trims, this is still a noticeable upgrade. The seats are also a noticeable upgrade. We get orange contrast stitching that says Trailsport. Perforation, they're heated seats, not ventilated. Got to go up to the top trim for ventilated seats. They're still electrically controlled with solid bolstering. You get lumbar control. You can recline, drop, lift, and slide the front buckets. But taking a step inside, we can really check it out. So foot on the brake, engine start, stop, and everything fires right to life. So compared to the 2024 Passport review in this channel, really not a whole lot has changed. The steering wheel is basically the exact same thing as the Odyssey we just reviewed. I'll turn the AC down by a couple in a second. I need to cool down because it is, like I said, really, really hot today in Port Richey, Florida. I like the perforation in the 9 and 3 area. 9 and 3 does feel pretty solid, but no 10 and 2. Horn area is rubberized. Horn itself, loud and aggressive. People should be definitely getting out of your way. We do not get dual pane windows, but it's a thick single pane of glass. Ton of steering wheel controls. On the left side, you get your volume and skip function with the adjustments for the 7-inch digital gauge display. You can hang up and answer your phone calls, access your home screen, voice commands. You can, as we said, hang up and answer your phone calls. The adjustments, you can show hide apps, trip computer, all-wheel drive torque nav, phone, now playing, maintenance, seatbelt settings, units in the blank screen. My personal favorite would probably be the trip computer for daily basis, but for this review, I'll show you guys the power distribution. Hopefully you can pick it up on camera. Anyway, on the right side, we get a heated steering wheel. That's nice. Radar cruise control and lane keep assist. Paddle shifters controlling the 9-speed automatic transmission. The stocks have a very satisfying click. Auto headlamps, no auto high beams. We do get fog lights, no auto rain sensing wipers either, but the intermittent stock right here in the center. Tilt and telescoping steering column, econ mode, 4-way adjustable mirrors, which are power folding. You can turn off the traction control, turn off the forward collision alert, lane departure warning. You get your electronic heated function for the windshield, and you can turn off the parking sensors. Hopefully you get a good look at the pedals. We get a foot operated parking brake and our hood latch release right next to it. The dashboard gets some faux stitching, but it's all soft touch material. We'll turn the air down by a little bit with a 3rd zone climate for the rear, but I don't believe the rear seats have their own adjustment for the 3rd zone climate, but since it is adjustable from the front, I will still call it a 3rd zone climate control. We get the 8-inch touchscreen too with navigation, and it is a Garmin display. Looks a lot better than a lot of the other Honda displays compared to the Odyssey, which is facelifted on this channel, or facelifted this year for 2025. I actually prefer the display that we have here with this Garmin setup. You can go back to the 2D display, and this is basically what we had on the Odyssey, but without the adjustments, at least from what I saw for the 3D. That'll be my personal favorite screen to look at all times, the home screen. You can see everything that is potentially available, and we'll return right back to the navigation. We have 2 air vents on both sides of the touchscreen. The touchscreen tilts up, so if the sunroof is open, you will see a little bit of glare, but shouldn't be anything too crazy. Hazards beneath it, red illuminated engine start stop. Mentioned a 3rd zone climate control, solid storage in here, heated seats, no ventilated seats. If you want those, got to go to the top Black Edition trim. USB A and C port, 12-volt wireless phone charging pad, the gear selector controlling the 9-speed automatic transmission with sport mode for the transmission with econ mode. Both of them we will check out for this review. The drive mode select, we get normal, snow, mud, and sand. That's your terrain select. We're not going to be checking any of those out. We're leaving it in normal for this review. We'll turn off the auto engine start stop. You'll fit 24-ounce water bottles easily. These pushy things to keep the drinks in place, and 32-ounce water bottles should fit as well. Gushy soft center console armrest. The center console is massive. You're fitting 7 or 8, maybe even 9 1-liter bottles of soda with some coin slots in front of it. The glove box is massive, just like the Odyssey. You'll fit about 25-30 license plates, should easily be able to fit 2 pairs of shoes. You might be able to fit a 5th shoe if you're under a size 12. Basically a frameless auto-dimming rear view mirror with 3 garage HomeLink settings on it. The interior lights are not LED, but they still do the job. Sunglass holder, but without a hooligan mirror like we had on the Odyssey. We can open up this sunroof. The shade opens up with it. It will not close with the glass. A pretty large opening almost to the end of the front row. It's a hot one today though in Port Richey, Florida, sunny and 98 degrees. We can shut this glass right up though. We'll leave the shade open so when we hop out back you guys can see how much light is brought into the cabin. But that's about it for the front seat at least of this 2025 Honda Passport Trailsport. Let's hop out towards the second row, see how much space is offered back here as well as the quality of the materials. So just hard plastic up top, just like the Pilot. To get the sunshade though, plastic door handle, 2 cup holders, you'll fit 24-ounce bottles, Gushy soft armrest, and some soft touch in the center. Hard plastic down below, not a whole lot of storage, but you'll fit a 6-inch sub with some candy bars right in front of it. The second row seats are still leather stitched. They're not the most bolstered, but they're solidly bolstered for a back seat. Legroom looks solid. I'm a little bit over 6 feet tall sitting behind my seat settings, and I still have like 10, 11 inches of knee room. We'll see if the seat slides back any further. It does not, but really spacious. We get mat pockets behind both of the front seats. Headroom, still have about 2-3 inches of it. So if you're under 6'8" to 6'10", you'll sit in the back of your seat settings of the Passport with no problem. That's why you go with the Passport. When it comes to a 2-row midsize SUV with a 6-cylinder engine, you're not getting a better balance of premium materials, power, and space, with a little bit of off-road capability with this Trailsport trim as well. We get air vents in the back seat, no climate adjustment. There is a climate adjustment up front, so it is a 3rd zone climate control, but you can't actually adjust it from the back. 115 volt, 150 watt AC outlet, 2 USB-C ports. We mentioned the map pockets, the glove box, not glove box, center console armrest thingy back here is padded on both sides. You'll fit 16-ounce water bottles with no problem. Interior lights are not turned on right now, but they're not LED up front, so they will not be LED out rear. We get hooks for both the grab handles in the back seat. We mentioned the sunshades, and that's about it for the second row of the 2025 Honda Passport Trailsport. Let's hop out in the cargo space, see how much space is offered back here, and then take this 2025 Trailsport out for a drive. So the trunk opens up pretty slowly, so if you have grocery bags in your hands, you don't have to worry about stepping out of the way and getting doofed in the face. The step-in's a little bit on the higher side compared to the CR-V at least. My knee is about 8 inches below the step-in, so if you have older or smaller pets, they won't have the easiest time hopping back here, but once they're back here, they should have plenty of space. Secret storage, to see what we got. Pretty decent amount. You'll be able to fit probably 3 or 4 backpacks down there. I'll leave a link right here to show you the exact amount of cargo space with the second row up and with the second row down. Second row folds down electronically on both sides. That's also a premium touch with a 12 volt, 180 watt in the corner. Nice little cutout for grocery bags in each corner. That's about it though, guys, for the second row. You press this button to drop the trunk. It gives you about half a second to take a step back, and again, the process is slow, so you shouldn't have to really worry about getting doofed in the head. That's about it though, guys, for the inside and outside of this all new, well, not all new, but new 2025 Honda Passport Trailsport. For 2026, we're gonna get the fully redesigned next generation Passport. But for now, this is the middle of the road Passport, and in my opinion, the best model to go with because you get a little bit of added capability, added looks. You're not loaded in the interior. That's why in the beginning of the review, I wish that this was a optional group on all trim levels, not just its own trim. But in the meantime, it's its own trim, and in my opinion, probably my favorite for the 2025 Passport. And speaking of the 2025 Passport, let's take it out for a drive and see what it's got. All right, guys, now we're just about seeing everything we need to see with the inside and outside of the all-new 2025 Passport Trailsport. Let's take it out for a drive and see what it's got. But we got good throttle response with this 3.5-liter V6 9-speed automatic combo. The 9-speed is just about dead in Honda's lineup. Once the Passport gets updated next year for 2026, you're not going to see it really anywhere. But it had its slight share of issues on certain models, but for the most part, it's still just as reliable as any Honda transmission in the past. Probably a lot more reliable than their 5-speed transmission. Take a step out over here, lean into it about a third of the way. Ooh, the all-wheel drive has grip. And this 3.5 has a strong mid-range. You take a step out here, about half throttle. Ooh, good torque. Really good torque. That feels stronger than the Odyssey. It's a little bit lighter than the Odyssey, but really not by much. This feels noticeably stronger. Might have something to do with the all-wheel drive system, giving you a little bit more usable torque when you want it, because the Odyssey was front-wheel drive and Honda has a very good traction control system where they will limit the power without you necessarily noticing. Sport mode on the gas. Yeah, holds the revs and you have torque whenever you want it and a lot of it. Steering in sport, it feels the same. I think the sport mode here really just affects the transmission, doesn't affect the steering, which, honestly, compared to the Odyssey, the steering on this Passport feels a tiny bit floatier. That may have something to do with the all-terrain tires, though I'm not going to blame the vehicle itself. But with these all-terrain tires, the thicker tread blocks, thicker rubber, the ride quality is so good. Turning radius, sharp. We can take a step out here. Oh my God. Yeah. This thing can move. Overall, guys, this is a good performing vehicle with a lot of space and pretty good materials at the $45,000 base price point. We can try out some paddles. Pretty snappy. Second gear. Screamer up top. I don't really think it blows you away up top with the horsepower, but the way that it builds the power throughout the rev range feels pretty strong. Raptor R over here at this shop. Sharp downshifts, body roll a little bit of understeer, but it made it through the corner with no problem. No reason to leave it in sport mode. Throw it back into regular drive. Put it in econ mode. Slow down, try a little acceleration real quick in econ mode. Yeah, throttle is relatively dead compared to not only sport but normal mode too. Honda, with their econ mode, at least for their naturally aspirated models, it really numbs the throttle down. So when they show you the fuel economy numbers, you're like, wow, 45, 46, 100-pound SUV, V6, all-wheel drive. How in the heck is it getting over 18 combined MPGs? And it's not getting 19, it's not getting 20, this is averaging 21. How is that even possible? That's how it's possible, because the econ mode numbs the throttle down tremendously. We could open her up a little bit more. We'll try it in econ mode first, see if we can feel any power at all. If not, we'll try it in normal and then wrap things up. It looks like we're good after this Tacoma. Had a half throttle. Yeah, there's some power, but this is half throttle. Doesn't really feel like you got a V6 under your right foot. You throw it out of econ mode, half throttle is a little bit more aggressive. That's where you're going to be getting your 5.9 0 to 60 time. Probably not going to get that in econ mode, but you're also probably not going to get 21 combined MPGs. I apologize, guys. My camera overheated. I'll try to pick things up where I left off, but you get the point. It's a great vehicle. The ride quality is great. It's super spacious. It looks good. And it's got Honda's just about bulletproof reputation of reliability. Normal mode is the mode that I would leave it in for daily driving. As you mentioned, econ numbs the throttle tremendously. I believe that Honda puts the econ mode in the cars simply for the EPA estimates and not for actual daily driving. Taking a step out here, yeah, good response with normal mode, and sport mode sharpened things up tremendously. Overall, guys, if you're looking for a spacious, premium, good looking, and pretty well loaded SUV, but you don't want to spend more than 45, 50,000 bucks, 4-cylinder turbos are out of the equation. You definitely need something with 4-wheel drive. This might be the best value vehicle like that out on the road, considering what you get. To do 0 to 60 in under 6 seconds, 4-wheel drive with beefy all-terrain tires, a good looking vehicle, insane amount of space in the second row, and a very usable cargo capacity. I don't think you're going to get a better value for the 45, 50,000 bucks. And if that's what you're looking for, guys, I would 1000% recommend checking out the 2025 Honda Passport. We'll open her up one more time right over here. Looks like a good opportunity in normal mode, make sure we're good. We are good on the gas, good response, good power, and just a really good vehicle overall. If that's what you're looking for, guys, I would 100% recommend checking out the 2025 Honda Passport Trailsport. And a big thanks to Alex and the rest of the management and staff here at Ocean Honda in Port Richey, Florida for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to our inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car, SUV, or truck in the Port Richey, Tampa, Clearwater area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out. And as for Alex, and a huge thanks to all you guys for watching. I had a great time making this video. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you've already subscribed, thank you so much. You guys know the channel is just not possible without you, and I really appreciate the constant support. But again, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Leave a like too. It really helps me out, the YouTube algorithm. That's how these videos get promoted to new people. Leave a comment. Let me know what you like. Let me know what you don't like. Leave a comment. Let me know if there's any specific cars, SUVs, or trucks you want to see reviewed on this channel, and I'll definitely try getting those videos for you ASAP. But other than that, again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope all of you have a great day.